Welcome to Cultural Lens. This is the podcast where we challenge stereotypes and uncover the truth about different cultures. Today we're taking a deep dive into some of the biggest misconceptions about Taiwan. Let's welcome our guest Rose.
Thank you, Laurence. I'm really excited to be here. As a Taiwanese person, I've seen firsthand how people outside of Taiwan have a limited or sometimes inaccurate understanding of what Taiwan is really like. So today, I hope to clear up some of these common misconceptions.
I think many people just assume Taiwan is like another province of China because of how it's portrayed in international politics.
Exactly, and that assumption often ignores Taiwan's unique history and culture. Unlike mainland China, Taiwan was under Japanese rule for 50 years until the end of World War II, which influenced our infrastructure, food, and even parts of our language. Today, Taiwan is much closer to Japan and South Korea in terms of lifestyle and values, especially with things like democracy, personal freedoms, and pop culture.
That's a great point. Now, another thing I've heard is that Taiwan is just a high-tech hub and not really a place for tourism. Is that true?
That's a huge misconception. Yes, Taiwan is famous for its semiconductor industry companies like TSMC are global leaders in chip manufacturing, but that's just one side of Taiwan. For travelers, Taiwan offers stunning natural landscapes from Taroko Gorge, which has breathtaking marble cliffs, to Alishan, famous for its sea of clouds and mountain tea plantations. The island also has hot springs, beautiful beaches in Kenting and even Yushan Jade Mountain, which is the highest peak in Northeast Asia. Taipei is a blend of modern and traditional culture. You can visit Taipei 101, once the tallest building in the world, and then take a short walk to temples that are hundreds of years old. And of course, the night markets are legendary.
Speaking of night markets, let's talk about food. Some people think Taiwanese food is just like Chinese food. How do you feel about that?
That's another big misunderstanding. Taiwanese cuisine is definitely influenced by different regions of China, but it has evolved into something uniquely its own. For example, beef noodle soup is one of Taiwan's most famous dishes, and while it has roots in Chinese cuisine, it was perfected here with local ingredients and flavors. Bubble tea, which is now popular worldwide, was invented in Taiwan. And then we have dishes like oyster omelets, lu ru fan, braised pork rice, and stinky tofu, which are all uniquely Taiwanese.
I had no idea Taiwanese food was so diverse. Now, I have to ask, what's the deal with stinky tofu? Some people say it smells terrible.
I totally understand. Stinky tofu is one of those foods that divides people. It has a really strong smell, but once you get past that, it's actually delicious. The fermentation process gives it a rich, deep flavor. If you ever visit Taiwan, I highly recommend trying the crispy, deep fried version from a night market. It's a game changer.
Now, let's go to some listener questions. One listener asked, is it true that people in Taiwan only speak Mandarin?
Great question. While Mandarin is the official language, Taiwan is actually multilingual. Many people speak Taiwanese Hokkien, which is a completely different language from Mandarin. There's also Hakka, spoken by the Hakka ethnic group, and several indigenous languages which belong to the Austronesian language family, the same as Hawaiian and Maori.
That's amazing. I had no idea Taiwan had such linguistic diversity. And I've also heard that Taiwanese people are really welcoming to foreigners. Is that true?
Absolutely. Taiwan is often ranked as one of the friendliest places in Asia for expats and travelers. The culture here is open and welcoming, and many people go out of their way to help visitors, whether it's helping a lost tourist find their way or sharing food at a night market. Hospitality is a big part of Taiwanese culture.
Wow, we've covered so much today. We talked about Taiwan's political status, tourism, language, and of course the amazing food. Hopefully, this episode helps people see Taiwan in a new light.
Yes. And I encourage everyone to be curious and open-minded when learning about different cultures. Stereotypes can limit our understanding, but real stories bring a culture to life.
Next time on Cultural Lens, we'll be diving into the cultural traditions of Mexico. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you thought about today's episode.
But neon lights